Hi there, my name is Claudia. I'm going to be the PA student taking care of you today. Can you just confirm your name and date of birth with me?
I'm Vadko BCC. Birth date was September 1st, 31 years ago.
Okay, and is it okay if I call you Vodka?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so how have you been since our last visit? I know we gave you some ibuprofen and some antibiotics to take. Has that helped?
A lot, yeah. The swelling's pretty much gone. It doesn't hurt as much. It's a lot better.
Great, I'm really glad to hear that.
Hmm.
So the reason we wanted to bring you in today was to follow up on your pain, but also I just wanted to talk to you about a few behavior concerns that I have
Hmm.
since speaking with you last time, and that would be your smoking habits, your drinking habits, and your sexual behaviors. Is it okay if we talk a little bit about those? I just wanted to educate you about your long-term health and share my concerns with you.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So can we start out by can you tell me more about your smoking? I see here that you've been smoking for about 15 years.
Yeah, I started in high school. And because everyone in India smokes. It's like all thing. Um, and I smoke like a pack a day, I guess. Um, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And have you ever considered quitting?
I after college kind of wanted to try, but it was too hard. You get the cravings for it, and then I got this job in Bollywood, and everyone smokes. So, everyone goes out after lunch and has a cig on the side, of the wherever the filming's happening. And so I just kept it up instead.
I understand. I mean, especially if there's like a social link to it, it must be really difficult to let it go.
Definitely.
Um, but have you ever thought about what your life might look like if you did try cutting back or quitting smoking?
I mean, I'd probably save a lot of money. Cigarettes
Definitely
are expensive
financial.
here.
You're getting
um, yeah, I think my wallet would appreciate it. And I don't like love the smell. Um, so
yeah, it
yeah.
might be nice to not have your clothes smell like it or your fingers.
Hmm. Plus,
Um,
there's those ads with like the creepy holes in the throat and stuff. Like,
yeah, you don't want to do that.
yeah.
Um, and of course, there are a lot of um, health issues down the line linked with smoking, like obviously lung cancer um, and
Yeah.
some cardiovascular risks as well. So
Hmm.
it is something to think about. When you go out to the club or out with your coworkers, did you ever consider maybe like not going out with them to smoke and just like staying behind, or are you kind of driven to?
I feel like I have to because they're all out there. And there's like often some shop talk and stuff that's happening. And like, if my boss is out there, I want to keep this job. I want that promotion.
Yeah, you want to be visible, you want to
Yeah.
be in his mind. I understand. Um, could you maybe one of the times that you go out with them just uh, try to maybe smoke one cigarette less, or just kind of lengthen the time that you smoke a cigarette so that you're smoking a little bit less a night?
I mean, I guess so. That would probably be easier than like one of those patches or something, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, quitting smoking is a long journey, and I think it's a little excessive to expect a person to just quit overnight. But I think just
yeah.
little small baby steps, like an attainable goal, like smoking one cigarette less a night, like coming home at the end of the night and you have one cigarette left in your cigarette box. That's a big step already. Do you think you could
I,
see yourself doing that?
yeah. I mean, like at the end of the night, like in the evenings, especially if we're at a bar or something, like that's where they all disappear fast, those cigs.
Right.
And but I guess, yeah, if I pop open the box and there's only one left, that's the sign, I
Save
guess.
it for the next day.
Yeah, I could try that.
And again, like you said, your wallet will probably thank you because at the end of the day, that's like half a pack you're saving for the week.
They're way cheaper in India.
I can imagine. Okay, so can we talk a little bit more about your drinking? So I know that you mentioned that you like to socially drink when you go out with your coworkers and it's part of the job. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you drink and how frequently?
Yeah, we go to the bars a lot or nightclubs, because that's where all the actors are and you got to socialize and you get a drink or two. And, I'm kind of a whiskey guy, whiskey and scotch, really. So I start off on that, straight, neat whiskey always. But then people buy me drinks or, I'm buying somebody a drink and I get one too at the bar. Or we have a bottle and we're going to kill it. Like, it blurs after a while.
Okay, so you're not really sure, from what I'm hearing, how many drinks you actually have in a night because you're not really keeping track.
Yeah. I mean, I guess probably like maybe 6 or so. Sometimes they're double shots. I mean, we probably do at least 3 shots. So,
Okay. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. Have you ever felt that you should maybe cut down on your drinking?
in the mornings, I do.
Okay. The reason I ask is because, again, drinking is tied to a lot of health problems as well down the road, especially with liver issues. So just something that you want to consider. It's better to keep it more moderate or minimal. But I know some things that you can do to cut back. I don't know if you've ever considered this, but a lot of bartenders are really happy to disguise like a non-virgin or a virgin drink in a regular cup. So, for example, like you said you like to drink scotch, so maybe you could ask the bartender to just like secretly pour you a lemonade into a rocks glass, and no one would ever know. And this way, you know that you'd be saving your liver a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, you're supposed to hydrate, right? Between drinks or something,
Like,
which I definitely don't.
yeah.
But yeah.
A good rule of thumb too is like for every cocktail, just drink the same amount of water. I know it's hard to remember throughout the night when you're going and you're
Yeah.
into it, but that's just something to always keep in the back of your mind.
I didn't know about that. Yeah. Um, I mean, I can try it,
Yeah,
especially, if everyone else is getting but like real buzzed and drunk, then no one will notice, right?
exactly. No one
Yeah.
has to know, but you. Um, have you ever felt guilty about your drinking?
uh, no,
Not really.
no, I like how it feels.
You like how it feels. Do you like how it feels in the morning? Are you,
No, not that. Especially after hitting 30, boy.
yeah. You're noticing the difference like in the mornings, you're probably a little more tired.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about what you could possibly do with like a Saturday morning if you went home earlier on a Friday night? Like what are some things that you might be missing out on right now because of your lifestyle that you would like to do?
I mean, probably go see some family. Because I've always, waved that off in the mornings. Forget it. I'm not doing breakfast with the nieces. Um, and probably like, I mean, I played cricket once or twice a month. Probably could do that a little bit more. But because they always meet in the mornings.
Yeah, so it's a little hard for you to get up,
Yeah.
but exercise is really important. I'm sure you know that it helps release endorphins and helps you feel good.
Mhm.
And alcohol does have a lot of calories, so this is a great way to offset some of those calories. And if you like playing cricket, it would be great if you could make that 1 to 2 times a month more like a weekly occurrence.
Yeah. I mean, at least here in like this area, we even have a cricket team.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever had a morning like eye opener to get rid of a hangover?
No.
Like that. Okay.
Morning drinking that's like the real alcoholics problem. And I'm not like that.
Okay. Um, so from what I'm hearing, drinking is kind of like a form of social lubricant for you, and it's really important for you to show up at these environments where there is drinking involved. But you do feel like you could use some more of your time for playing cricket or spending time with your nieces or your family. So on a scale of like 1 to 10, 1 being like you don't want to quit drinking, and 10 being like you're ready to just quit completely, not touch alcohol again, what level are you on of cutting back?
Um, well, I definitely never want to quit, but maybe 4.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What would being a 5 out of 10 look like for you?
Um, hmm, I guess, you know, the cutting the number of hangovers during the week. It's hard to get to work too in the mornings, especially like Friday mornings when you've been out on Thursday nights. So like, not feeling like crap 2 or 3 mornings of the week would be pretty nice.
I would say I would agree, definitely. And again, like your sleep is so important too for like your health longevity and your work productivity. So just cutting back at least like you said 2 or 3 nights a week would just help with your overall mood and how awake you feel.
Yeah, I guess it'd be nice to get more done on those mornings.
Absolutely. So is that something you can see yourself doing, kind of making sure to hydrate and sneaking some virgin cocktails in there?
I think so, yeah. Especially because, like, I mean, as long as it still tastes good, right?
Exactly. The
Yeah.
flavor is there. Why
Mhm.
not? And there are really some great, excellent, um, non-alcoholic drinks out there now. Okay, so the last kind of behavior that I wanted to address with you was your sexual history. So could you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah. I got a high sex drive, right? And I like sex, so I go out and, men, women, people are into me, I'm into them. Like it's all a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I know it's like maybe uncomfortable for some people to talk about, but could you tell me more? So you said you have both female and male partners. Do you ever use protection like condoms or anything?
Oh, I don't like how they feel. It's just not the same.
Okay.
Like you wouldn't know, but it's not the same.
Okay. I understand that, but um, sorry, I'm trying to get my train of thought. Um, when you're not using protection, there is a risk of STIs. And with STIs, there's also a risk of like infections and infertility down the road. So it is really important to protect you and your partner from this. And I know that
That's what the
um,
cause is.
that wasn't what we're not sure yet because we haven't gotten our screenings back, but it could cause similar symptoms like this. And um, would you want to avoid having this kind of reoccurrence again?
Seriously.
Yeah. So if you're not willing to use condoms, some other things that you can do is, before engaging with the partner that you meet, maybe just try asking them, if they've ever been screened for STIs, because when you're in a state where where you've been drinking, you might not be as aware of, how clean your partner is,
Mhm.
and that could cause harm to you. Um, so I think,
Like a mood killer.
it could be a little mood killer, but in the end, it's I know it's not great pillow talk. It's not something you want to start out the conversation with, but it is important to help lessen the risk of STI spread.
Yeah.
And it's just a simple open communication to have, you know. It's very common to ask, and it's your right to know if the person that you're going to be sexually engaging with is healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can try and work it in.
Yeah, just give it a try if you can. And speaking of, would you be willing to get your screening done today while you're here?
Yeah, I mean, if there's any chance that one of those diseases caused like all of this nonsense, then yeah, I want to be sure.
Great, well, we'll take care of that today. And I think that's a great way to lead into it too. I mean, to work it into your conversation, you could say like, I've just been screened and I'm clean. How about you?
Okay, I could see that working more than just straight up asking someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
um, when you engage in sexual activity with these partners, how do you feel like in the morning when they leave? Do you ever feel guilty?
I mean, if it's been a long, heavy drinking night, then yeah, sometimes, you know, what do they call it? Beer glasses or something like that.
Something like that.
So there's, you know, sometimes you regret your choices. But for the most part, I have fun. It's fun. It's always a little bit weird if they stay over, but you know, I'm a young, healthy man.
It's great. And you know, it sounds like you like the way that you're living and exploring your life, and that's absolutely fine. I just want to make sure that we take care of your health because that's my concern in the long run. You know, I'm not sure about your plans about having children in the future, but if that is something that you have in mind, it's important that you protect yourself now.
True. I mean, I do want to eventually get married and all that.
Yeah, so just something to think about now. So just to sum everything up, I guess just attempt to go home with one cigarette in your cigarette box. Switch up some of those alcoholic drinks for some tasty virgin cocktails, and then just have an open conversation with your partners before engaging in sex about their STI history.
Seems doable.
Yes.
I was really worried you were going to tell me to just quit everything, you know?
No, we want to take steps and be really reasonable. And I hope that you have the confidence in yourself, and it seems like you do, that you can take these steps towards your health. So I would like to see you back in about 4 to 6 weeks, if that's okay, and see how you're doing. And I really appreciate you sharing all of this information with me and sitting down and taking the time to talk about your health. Do you have any other questions for me or anything we missed?
No, I think we got it all. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to try, I guess.
Yeah, and I'll be here if you need to adjust or you need any more ideas or anything, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you again, Vadko.